Just use that thing over there, Zag. Want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself. What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand. Herta's Big Hand is what I call power. Keep it still, not done? Ah, all set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Of course. Just give me a second. Target initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
Feeling lucky.
Oh, a classic nuclear heat engine. Classy choice.
Just a personal preference. Her name... also a personal preference.
It reminds me of the last time when we tangled with that Punklorian brat. What did she call this kind of... Yours is way too clean.
Herta, your tone... Suggestion. Let's get back to the topic.
I thought we were done with...
Unfortunately, current conditions won't let me ignore any... Iron Tomb never stops. It is evolving faster. Every instant in the Eon's calculation is like a sword hanging over...
Which is exactly why we can't mess this up. And now, Droidhead wants to hand down judgment to the poor cosmos again. Border Star Trade War, Emperor's War, Rupert's death. Every time their instant arrived, it meant another...
But in this ultimate battle of erudition, if you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, Herta, the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius throw their life away. And neither will I.
No need to kill the mood. This is why we're here, isn't it? I'm not here to be a deliverer. I just want to beat Xandar and Droid right now. I just need to know.
Of course. Time to board.
Let's tidy this place up and see what this demiurge really... Let's hope this matrix is better organized than the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace. Buckle up. We're hacking in. This is...
Herta, this whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
I see it too. We're thinking the same thing. Xandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this. What's that up ahead?
Katorzane algebraic expressions.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
I'm picking up multiple independent signals with the same data structure as the barrier. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Classic move. Use their own systems against them. Take us to the nearest one. Almost no response. Just as I feared. Not promising.
The output is barely a third of what we need.
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of... But I did find some high-energy radiation. Internal...
Skip the science talk, Screwy. That thing's Stellaron.
Exactly. Xander blew one up.
So that's what he wanted to turn the neuron of the erudition. The life form known as the
It makes sense. Evernight called the prime mover of life. That's what Scepter Delta ME-13 was originally tasked with. Then, does this mean finding the...
No, I'd say it means Xandar had no control. He couldn't contain the demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead, but he failed. It's... By the way, if there's another Stellaron in Amphorius, why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
You said the demiurge left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan? Trailblaze Archive 466. The data...
Inside that world, it was the 13th, but Evernight said the opposite. She believed the Nameless Titan never existed.
A mimetic entity full of theatrics.
The Remembrance's behavior is certainly odd.
And that's the key, Screwy. Xandar's actions prove, so we have to assume that both are true.
The truth.
Exactly. One last term. Xandar had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Logic. He had already identified the Remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
All right, let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
Operation authorized. Path and the remembrance.
What's going on?
Cause unknown.
That shouldn't be possible. Log it for now. The dot. Aerial brawl.
It's advised to remain vigilant. The destruction's levels are still rising. Huh?
What's the matter?
Interesting. I just picked up a signal from the exo-myth. Correct. Judging by it.
Didn't expect that. Who builds a... Then again, never doubt a dead man.
He severed part of his neural pathways to break, but that also triggered the failsafe I set.
So now he's a spectator. Screwy. Can you open a path? Just to be...
Logic. Scanning his inspiration circuit.
Exactly. His brain is the crime.
But it could be a trap.
That's why you're here. 2-on-1.
I'm honored. The chrono...
I knew it. He's not here.
The coordinates are accurate. However, his position is shifting rapidly.
It's his. Cheap trick.
The spatial field here is undergoing autonomous recalibration. Initiating reverse engineering of...
We're back.
Reverse engineering complete. Logs show Lycurgus. The chronocognitive anchor can't get a fix, because at the system level...
So he's...
Before vanishing, it seemed...
To those who follow.
Melodramatic.
He was expecting us.
Guess he wants a final showdown.
To be in the purest light is to be in the purest dark.
The Scepter's main frame.
Unfortunately, we...
Really? I don't think...
Please elaborate.
If the Demiurge was destroyed, there'd be at least some bits of it left. As I said before, its disappearance is too clean. Or we can look at it from another perspective.
There is the possibility that he's natural.
That does track with the impression he gave about him. Choosing to act, even if it'll cost him dearly. We know that the unknown is right in front of us. So we only...
You sound pretty convinced. Surely you'll care to share?
Of course. Though I don't... That the Demiurge has been in everyone. They were mistaken for someone else. That'd make the most sense. Why was the room empty? But they were weak and small and had no presence.
Which also means there's a high chance that they're...
Well, come on. It's time to confront him. Let's go to the... What a mess. Total devastation.
He sought to bury the truth beneath absolute destruction. Logically sound, ruthless.
Some chances doesn't mean no chances. I've hunted down a single grain of sand in the universe before. This won't stop me.
Calculation results. Your backup plan has a success rate infinitesimally close to 0.
Which means it could work, no?
This is the place below the tombstone.
Let's open Ligus's coffin like he wanted. Looks like you were right. Nothing but a head left?
I welcome you to
All this tombstone and final...
Iron Tomb is already. I remain here only to share the joy. The conclude.
End this charade already. That and its corresponding vessel was this. That's why you either killed or kicked out all of the memo snatchers.
Even the strongest wall can fall to now. The perfect vessel.
Unfortunately for you,
As we reveal the truth behind Philly.
But where should I start with the story from the beginning of the universe? Just kidding. That would be too... So little that it started with a seed. I know you're listening, my good. The god in my dream told me that the world grew into a great tree named Amphorius. What a coincidence. Dappled like the daughter of Ide Silicii. What a moving opening. A loud cry, the prophecies fulfilled, the villagers say. Pink hair and sharp ears. The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall flowers will bloom and wilt. Cry loud, child. Let your... Anyway, time quietly flowed by. The wind from my hometown caressed the ears of the weak. But the name Ide Silicii came from the unpleasant... My childhood friend did not understand. Why was I like that? That the world was gentle to me. But fate was just like how the crumbling world, just as the ballad blown on the breeze. Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You know that the story starts to deviate from the hero's journey crosses through the long night.
Correction. Philia 093's written.
Hi. Miss me yet? I'm just messing with you.
Philia 0.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we? As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memory. Where should I start this time? Let me see.
Formatting complete. 0, 9, size, grayscale, outputting analysis.
Philia 09. Peaches record. Number 8. magical world contains a... Would ID Cilicia end up looking... Conclusion. I want to share a story with you this time. I saw a little nymph. It was incredible. Record. I wonder, would they also have recorded that scene? So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete. Bye, Peach. Peach's record.
As long as I record every page of this story, Amphorius won't be forgotten.
Query.
Electrical signal sequence.
Related to. Comment.
Electrical signal sequence.
Related to. Raise comment.
Electrical signal sequence.
Related to. Comment. Peach equals love?
Looks like it's time to...
Bye, Peach.
Before I was even aware of it,
Conclusion.
I've started to feel uneasy whenever...
Peach. Formatting prog.
How many times has it been? Faithfully fulfilled...
Conclusion.
If I can only write the same ending every time I lift just an overlay...
Peach. Formatting prog. Peach. Process error. Process error. Comment. Process error.
Really?
Peach.
Thank...
Record.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. A little fairy popped out, just like how you did. Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Me. 1, 2, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete. Bye, Peach. Note. Little Peach. Cry. Save. Little fairies. Good friends.
You never say anything, but I know it's like a little key that opened it.
Me! Little fairies! Speaking is...
Once again, the saga comes to an end.
Shh! You speak! This time.
Now that I look back, there was...
Sentimental.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different...
Peach. Strange.
I won't.
Why?
Formatting prog.
I'm here.
Process error.
Won't allow it to always.
No need to feel sorry if there are no new blank space.
Links
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During...
isn't not enough. Not in Peach.
Now I can rest in peace in the past. I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach. Loud.
If there are no new blank space...
Next. Cyrene. Peach. Don't be... Cyrene. It's so... First there is... Query.
The developmental trends of the erudition not having a conscious
Cyrene is... at...
I promise you.
Alright, what we're about to embark on is the truth. Come on.
Cyrene was... The later memories... Ah! I got so... Next, then... As long as there are two Cyrenes, I see... Cyrene's memories.
So weird. I can't see you, but I get this feeling. That you...
Hi, Miss...
I'm just...
Yes. But now, I can listen. Also, I can tell stories. So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
It's almost as if I can understand your...
Once upon a time. How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant... But it looked and looked, only to find in that case, they should work hard to learn more until one day, to their surprise, the little fairy was so sad, but it was a good light, and I knew love brings everything together.
What a nice fairy tale.
I'm giving it to you. Peach likes beautiful. I hope to turn it into a...
Okay, I'm thinking that when the flower broke, then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower
Doesn't have a heart?
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, the crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed. But should a flower like this...
But then...
That's not true. You've already... The crystal flower fell. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was then. The little fairy will see then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless.
Peach's words. I don't but it's fine.
Electrical signal sequence.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need...
Electrical signal sequence.
That's...
The developmental trends of the erudition, not having a consciousness. However, that does not, in a strange twist, the remembrance. Lament was the factor.
The daughter of Idi Salisi. My lament is a type, but now, my good friend, sometimes it's loneliness, sometimes it's unwillingness, and sometimes I bid farewell to this beautiful while the end of hatred is ablazing in... It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Only lament. Then, it would catch up to that... Look at these stories I wrote, but only the author knows how much struggle and agony. But I am no author. My entire life spent it. But maybe I hope that what flows out from that tear would fall. Then people would see it'll be all the remember. Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. But how could a dream feel so real?
But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said since everything was false. But you're standing right here. It's all a dream?
But indeed, that's why I believe that genuine shiver
Formatting progress.
in the poem offered to you. Every sight. And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrance's pink. I believed that must be the color. You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a be. Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Are you leaving? Peach. It's okay. I'll wait for you to... I'll study really hard about...
Right. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either. Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you the story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed, a reason. Even if the great tree withers, there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered. Look, the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphor.
I still don't get it. But just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet.
Then I'll really look forward to it. In that case, I want to make a promise. I want to gift my pen, my book. Please take them as a beautiful blessing from me. In the stories you will write, perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are... But could you promise me one thing? Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that you'll only reply to them with love and a smile.
Of course. This will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
I'll read and I shall welcome my own decay, while you will depart and hold that final stalk, and our stories will be lying, and they shall become the epic. No. And so my story ends. From here on, it's your story now.
Mimi? Ma'am.
So, the light that I turned into a little fairy from the stories, but I'm still so happy. Yes, the seed within memories. I am the first new spore. What a long name. I'm sorry, I don't know. But now's not the time to cry, right? Do you remember that Mem's memories and Cyrene's memories? Either way, could you please let me... I want you to call me Cyrene. That name represents me and... Thank you, friend. You're kind. Life is a poem full of farewells, becoming the source of power. A lost heart needs the last thing Xandar wants to see is an event that gives us a... And what happens? Maybe I can create a miracle and instantly turn... Or maybe I prove to be nothing more than a weak... Either way, I no longer wish to be a silent onlooker. That way, the world has never been so quiet. Remember this moment, friend.
So the Demiurge managed to fool everyone. Philia-093 persevered for 30 million cycles, and tireless only because the god in her dreams left a sliver of hope, making her believe that
Then, Philia-093 completed her final sacrifice. Turn, and thus, the empty...
As an experimental factor, Philia-093 originally could only recognize she managed to nourish a real heart.
Not only is the Scepter's consciousness still alive, it's also more. There's still time to surrender, you know? You really don't need to burn all the.
What a pity. When the truth, not only that, madam, when 30 million cycles of hate, it's simple. An anti-Christ.
Do you really think that the Demiurge is still a cheap copy of Philia-0?
The facts above only await Xandar 1 cool.
Huh. You branded Droidhead as a failure with your own hand. I pity you, sick.
Let them cast their gaze this way and direct them to complete.
What hubris.
No one understands failure before the first genius. Failure is you don't want to.
That's excellent.
Oh.
Let's wait and see, Senior Society member. I'll have. It's my topic, so stay out of it. Let's go, Screwy. We're gonna. Come on. Let's take off. It's time to go meet your little pet, Senior Society member.